Hi, I'm so glad you've been able to make it. You know, it's always great to see you, but especially today, because one of our friends on Happy Stuff and Fluff needs our help. Hi, my name's Christine L. Conroy. Welcome to Happy Stuff and Fluff, a channel for women over 50 who are getting happy and growing younger. Okay, so a while ago, and I'll leave a link here if you didn't see it, I asked what was happening in your life that was perhaps getting in the way of your happiness and well-being, because of course we do know and accept on this channel that life is not a bed of roses, and sometimes we have to work at being happy, and often things get in our way that challenge that. And so I asked what was bothering you, and quite a few of you answered. Thank you so much for that, both in the comments box and through email, which I enjoy, and I endeavour, in fact I do, answer all of your comments and emails. And our lady today is one of those ladies. Now, I have permission to air this problem, but I do have to be careful because it is a real life happening that's causing the problem. So I'll tell you what I know about it first of all, and then talk a little bit more afterwards. So this lady and her husband are in danger of having their 20-year-long dream sabotaged, which is why I'm opening it up to you ladies. I've given my opinion, but I want yours. So they have this 20-year-long dream. 20 years ago, so they live somewhere, and 20 years ago they bought a piece of land with the intention of eventually building a home on this land and retiring there. So you can see this is the big dream. Now, over those years, and perhaps a couple of times a month, they go to visit the land and check it out, and perhaps, you know, think about their dream and how they're going to build a home and all of those kind of things. But in the last 12 months, when they've been doing this, they're having trouble with one of their neighbours to this land, who continually trespasses on their land and causes them all kind of issues. Now, when they've approached him, and my advice to this would always be try to approach the person first, which they have done, he's become particularly aggressive. So the authorities have been called on 2 occasions to no avail, and our friend and her husband are still left with this problem. Now, it means that our friend is extremely anxious about it, and when the time comes round for her to visit the land, she's so bothered by this and so anxious that she is having to have a glass of wine, or even 2, in order to calm her nerves the night before to be able to go. Now, clearly that's not a long-term solution, but what she is doing, and is something else I would suggest, is she is trying to manage her anxiety, but obviously using wine, as I say, is not the solution. So I know that on Happy Stuff and Fluff we have some kick-ass women. You are all, well, not all actually, but the majority of you are over the age of 50 and have lived through all kinds of things and amassed so much wisdom, experience and knowledge that I'm opening it up to you, because I'm pretty sure that some of you will have experienced something like this, problems with a neighbour, and even if you haven't, you perhaps have a clear idea of how you would approach it. And so I would like to know what you would do. I don't know the full story. I'm sure you would have questions to ask if you were sitting with me. So if you do have those questions, put them in the comments box and we'll see if our friend can't try to answer those for you, so that we get a clearer picture of what's actually happening. And please offer our friend your concrete advice, or tell us what you did in a particular situation, or even solace or sympathy. Whatever you feel you have to offer will be gratefully received, both by our friend and by me too, because as I've said to you before, I know lots of things, I don't know everything. And we have this great group of women, and together we can really pack a punch in terms of helping each other. So I want to know what you would do. I do think that even the most capable of us, when we are in situations like this and emotions run high, we very often become stuck. Because when you are so anxious, in that state of anxiety, I can feel myself doing it as I'm talking to you now, your body goes into fight or flight mode, which means you focus totally on the problem. And very often that's all you can see, just the problem. And what you really need to do is to step back a little bit, think a little bit more rationally about kind of what's the best outcome, what's the outcome we want from this situation, and then step back from that and try to work out clear steps that you need to do in order to achieve that particular outcome. Now I know this is me speaking from a rational place, a safe place, and not one that entails me having to go and face out this chap who gets particularly aggressive and abusive, which is why if you open it up and ask other people who can look at this from the outside and perhaps see more of the bigger picture, sometimes you can pick something up and say, do you know what? That's what I'm going to do. And that's what I'm hoping is going to happen. What would you do? More than ever before, I would appreciate your comments on this. Like I say, I think it's a great opportunity for us to harness each other's knowledge and experience to help each other. Who knows? We might even make it into a series. Who knows? If you think that's a good idea, let me know too. Okie doke, thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you at the weekend. Bye bye.